Well, hey, everybody. What's going on? We're hanging out. We're doing our thing. We're just being ourselves on the back of my RV, making a mess and doing our thing. It looks like the shot's a little dark, but you're going to just have to bear with us. That's all there is to it. Okay. So here's what we're going to do. We're going to hang out on Fish's YouTube channel tonight because, well, frankly, it didn't work the way we wanted it to work. So that's what we're going to do. So let's do this. I'm also going to get on the Facebook page right now.
Hey, how do I look?
You look like you're doing a live shot. Okay, so I have my hand out here because I'm okay. Hey, Facebook, how are you?
Damn,
Look at that.
that's a good angle.
That's Writing Fish. Yeah, I've done this a couple of times, and you look pretty sharp that way.
That's what I like to see.
All right,
Myself.
so here's the thing, you guys. We are okay. So we got our stage set up back here
Yes.
in the RV park, and Big Gabe's running the producer duties, but we're only going to be on the Writing Fish YouTube channel. So go ahead, bail out right now. Don't care. Just jump over to the Writing Fish YouTube channel and check us out. Yeah.
We put a link. Indian Rider Radio put a link.
Oh, Indian Rider Radio posted a link. Apparently,
You didn't know that?
I wasn't there for that.
I had access to that.
Yeah.
Dude, you guys don't know. I don't know who's watching. So you guys might be watching. You guys
You might be watching. I don't know.
Okay, so we're all over.
Yeah,
So
we're in two places at once.
we have been working, and it's not that hot anymore, but we were killing it.
Yeah, it's a little toasty back here.
And we're on our third camera,
Third camera.
right?
Yeah.
And somehow StreamYard
Right.
isn't recognizing your Facebook,
Right. It's weird.
but it sees my YouTube
Right.
and your YouTube,
Probably sees my YouTube.
but we can't simulcast to YouTube.
Well, that's just wrong.
It doesn't like that.
Why would they not let us do that?
I don't know. That's weird.
Hey, YouTube, are you paying attention?
Or Facebook, what's up with that?
Facebook, and why are you guys giving me a hard time? I don't understand what that is, Facebook.
Uh,
All right, so we're going to talk to this camera right over here.
Yeah, this one.
You guys are going to be.
Even though this is a good angle, though.
It's a nice angle. You like that? I've used this a couple of times.
We should almost move that camera over there. Just like,
What's up?
hey, you know we're sitting next to you. Hang on. Hey guys, we're gonna see you guys. We're gonna all the people watching, and
Yeah.
there's a handful. I don't know why I have my phone in
Did
my
you
hand.
see him doing that? I don't even have long arms. I
Okay.
just
So the link is on.
we'll use that camera.
Yeah, we're gonna use that
Okay.
camera. That's
All right.
holding itself up.
I gotta apologize for a second. I kind of pressed spacebar and went to
What are you doing?
the same screen.
What'd you do?
What the fuck?
Instead of
Hey, 2021 live show, fucking summer tour producer. We can't fire him because we got nobody else.
Right, and he's working cheap. I mean, he's working for basically a Diet Coke.
Dude, he
I mean, you know what I'm saying? I mean, come on.
producer bodyguard.
Oh, dude.
And the motherfucker can ride.
Oh, right. So now you got like 3 titles on your card.
Yeah.
Right.
Yeah,
Producer, badass rider, and all around cool guy. Okay.
That's big. That's Big Gabe. You should show Big Gabe.
All right. Oh, yeah. Here, take. Look. Big Gabe doing the producer thing. There he is.
Boy,
Yeah.
give him a what up.
Okay. So now see, now
Say
you can.
what up.
Hey, Facebook. Yeah. Facebook, you can now see what
Yeah,
my
you can actually
what my
hear me
studio looks
talk,
like.
too, now.
Yeah. Can you see the whole thing?
Yeah, see this whole setup?
Oh, there you are. Yeah. Okay. So now you see how this works. And sometimes it works really, really well. Sometimes not so much. But there's Big Gabe. Guys, we are going to jump over to the Writing Fish YouTube channel, talk to that camera right over there. So while you're here, thank you for dropping by. Check us out online over here at the Writing Fish YouTube channel. Writing Fish, one word on YouTube. Click it. You guys all follow him anyway. I'm going to say goodbye for now. We'll be right back on the other camera. Don't go away. All right. Hey, now we're back.
We're back. Hey, so I'm gonna
All right.
just to help the people that are watching. Hey,
Okay.
if you're watching on this camera, you guys just got the side profile. Like
Yeah, was
crazy.
that cool? It was a
Yeah.
nice shot. I
Yeah.
like that, actually.
So just give me a second while I dig into my phone.
Okay.
I'm gonna send out the
Take
link.
your water.
Yeah.
Okay. All right.
We got water, ice water.
Yeah.
We rode today.
We did, yeah. Well, so let me bring you up to speed here. Okay, so we have been all over creation, obviously, and this time around, we left out of Pigeon Forge, Tennessee, spent a little time in Nashville, came up here to Minnesota, And Fargo is about what now, 45 miles south of Minneapolis, maybe?
Nah, it's probably more, but
Okay.
not much more. So let's say 53.
Yeah, so we rolled up to Minneapolis, St. Paul area. We swung over to Bison Thunder Motorcycle today, hung out with Troy Schultz and the crew there, grabbed some lunch over at a place called Crave. Now, if you guys have ever been to Minnesota and eaten at a Crave, first, you know the food's amazing. Second, you know it's incredibly spendy. Just throwing it out there.
Listen, it's
But
not
really,
low
it was good.
class.
It was really good, though. Yeah.
There's not a freezer in the place.
No, there's not.
Okay, listen. So
Yeah.
Crave is American style food
Okay.
and sushi.
Okay. Yeah.
So it's American with it's I don't know why.
It's like American fusion because you got a whole. You can choose pretty much anything that American people like.
Yeah.
Okay. So get this. Now he's been there multiple times, right? He orders dinner. He orders his lunch. He gets a thing called the Mexican sushi roll. All right. It comes out on the plate. It looks big. Why? Because he bought 2 of them. Okay.
True.
I buy 2 rolls, a couple of different style rolls.
A little one.
Right. They show up. It looks like the appetizer plate. Okay. The appetizer plate. I'm not kidding you. I'm not lying. And so that being said,
Dude, you got pissed.
I was a little bent. Yeah, I was a little bent.
I think your exact words were, "Is this a $30 appetizer?"
Yeah. Is this $40 worth
40.
of sushi? Are you full of
40.
what the?
The
And
girl,
the
hang
poor-
on, I got to interrupt. for a
Yeah,
second.
do it. Yeah, the girl
so the
just-
girl,
yeah.
so the girl looks at him, shocked face. First of all, she doesn't apologize. She
Oh, no.
says, "Do you need a menu?"
She
You want more?
upsells me. She upsells me. Right?
Girl,
Oh,
you
well,
need to
if
work
it's
for
not enough,
India.
buy more.
Girl, you need to work for India.
Yeah.
So,
yeah. Why aren't
then,
you working in a dealership, young lady?
So then he points at mine and he goes, "This guy got one sushi roll,
Yeah.
$20." I look at him and said, "Brother, that's $38 of sushi."
It's 2 and it's $38, but thanks for playing. Yeah. I thought I was getting like the poo-poo
Oh.
platter, right? This is the introduction to what you're getting for dinner
Yeah,
or lunch, right?
yeah.
No. Hey, let me tell you, sometimes his videos don't do Bison Thunder Motorcycle justice. It's a big store.
I'm taking that as I'm taking that as,
Dude, the store is bigger and more elaborate and nicer, and it always looks like a big warehouse sometimes on video, right?
well, that's because I'm like where people's not supposed to go.
I know he's in the back. Okay, so we walk in there, right? Everybody's busy. We start cruising around. He starts marching me back through the service department like he owns the place. Yeah, hey, come back, look at this.
My keys still work.
I know. It's like I wasn't going to argue with him. I mean,
Nobody said, "Who's this dude you're bringing back here?" They just let me do
right.
my thing.
Oh, that's fish. Don't pay any attention.
I'm gonna share this.
Mm-hmm.
Oh my gosh, dude? What did we say? We were leaving dinner. We're gonna go get this live. We'll be done.
Yeah, no
25
problem.
minutes
20
tops.
minutes tops.
20 minutes.
Because I can
tops.
set up the studio when I pull everything out and I set up the studio to work on a podcast or do editing or whatever.
Right.
Maybe 30 minutes if I'm taking my time, right? For some reason, I don't know why the system is this way. And maybe one of you tech guys like you 360bikers.com or Keith Ray or somebody who's way more technically knowledgeable than I am.
We need keys.
Oh God, would he be a great
I mean,
producer?
thank God for Gabe.
Oh, no
Big
question,
help.
right?
Shout out to Big Gabe.
But see, Gabe could take over directing duties and just let Keith do all the production
Yeah.
stuff.
Okay, Fred, what are you doing? Your left ear mic is not actually on your ear.
Oh, you had it upside down, bro. Turn it
What?
around. Yeah, flip that one over.
Flip it over, please.
See, this is why he should be the director. Yeah. We
Hey,
didn't even
look-
check the stage set for crying
It
out
was
loud.
Hey, wait, we
My
went.
God.
We hit
Quit
live.
throwing shit on the
Wow.
floor.
Listen. We
He's
went-
wrecking the joint. Hold on.
we hit live, and I came running to my fucking seat.
Ugh.
By the way, I thought maybe we just had an audio problem, but I wasn't trying to bring it up. I was like, we've had enough fucking.
I can only hear on one channel what the hell's going on over
My
here.
left ear for some odd reason.
Sawyer, your cheap equipment is not cutting the mustard here.
You know, it's weird. It's my right ear. I'm losing hearing because of my 2-to-1 exhaust. I was just like, oh, maybe it's my left.
Oh boy. Okay. Well, we're glad you guys stopped in here at the Riding Fish YouTube channel tonight. I have lost track of what day of the week it is. I think it's Saturday. I'm glad you're here on a Saturday night. And if you are in your pajamas already and drinking heavily, then you're going to enjoy the hell out of this. If you're not, if you're stone cold sober, it's just going to be weird. But we're glad you're here. Let's get you an update. I mean, I have been everywhere. Who's hanging out with us?
We got Pastor John,
Pastor John?
Ewan.
And we're over here swearing and the pastor is listening?
Hey, can you say a Hail Mary or something for me?
Full of grace.
Ali,
The
I
Lord
know
is
we
with
didn't
thee.
drink at dinner. We
Yeah.
just
We really
he's-
didn't.
he's
Boom,
just-
boom.
It's
Yeah.
just Fred. You know that already.
Right. Yeah. It's all
I
good.
need lots of help, guys. like seriously.
Right.
We got Ben over here.
Okay.
He goes, "Hey, cool to see you guys." Yeah, hey, man. So when was the last time we were live
It's
together?
about 7 weeks ago.
Phew.
Yeah.
Because I held up a few by myself.
Yeah. You ran solo for what?
That
2 or
was-
3 of them, right?
That's pretty tough.
Oh, come on.
I-
You made it look easy.
Shoot. You
Okay,
should've
see,
seen
all right. Even when we were working on these shows together, right? I'd come with maybe 4 or 5 talking points. This dude actually took notes. So trust me on this. He's got this way better figured out than I do. Oh, and we have insects now. Hey, so we got to slide this.
I'm getting attacked
Slide
over
the
here.
screen before I have to break out like heavy duty stuff. See the screen in the back there?
You know where the one where the big bug just
Yeah,
flew through?
Yeah, that
Just
would
lock
be
'em in
great.
that.
Slide that shut.
I hope I'm gonna look at what else we got
That
going.
bug I'd have to take out with a 10 gauge for
Oh.
crying out loud. You couldn't do it with a swatter.
Dude,
Jesus. Do you
dude, if you
they-
shot, you might just wound it.
Okay, they talked about the mosquitoes in Minnesota, but obviously there's other insects that are larger and more dominating. I'm just thinking out loud
All
here.
right,
but
so 7 weeks.
yeah, 7 weeks.
And if I remember right, that we were having some connection.
Had some connectivity.
issues.
Yeah, I had
Yeah.
even the last time I was with you, I had serious connectivity issues
Yeah.
because. All right, what I've discovered is, you guys, if you've ever RV'd or camped and you've taken anything with you that was worth doing, you've probably figured out that most of these guys run at the lowest possible speeds they can get. All right, it's just to say they have internet or Wi-Fi, right?
Absolutely.
Okay, so you got a field full of metal boxes, all these RVs, and you're usually a long ways away. And certainly I had both of those fighting against me the night I was trying to get with you. I could see you guys sometimes. I could hear you occasionally, but I was not able to interact very well. It was terrible. So now I have a Wi-Fi booster. I've got my own internet router. I'm damn near renting space on a satellite. Okay, just to make this happen. So here we are.
3 cameras.
Yeah.
Dude, this was a challenge. Hang on. I gotta tell you. So I'm over here, right? And
Yeah.
I'm trying to do some work, and we kind of tagged, right? You're like, "Hey,
Right.
fish, you're in.
You're in.
Try to fix this."
Dive in.
Yeah. So I fix it. This fool does a dive off of the off of this game. The whole thing go kaplunk.
Yeah.
I about died of a heart attack.
Yeah.
Thank God Big Gabe was here, did some mouth to mouth and CPR.
Ooh, I missed that.
Well, you were over there.
I would have
Gabe,
liked. Yeah, I would have liked
he
that.
did the Heimlich, and I'm like, I'm okay. I don't know.
I'm gonna make it. Okay, you ought to see the dog. The dog is traveling with us too. My dog Tucker, and of course, when this thing comes up and we've got to put it on the jacks and level it, freaks him out every time. Earthquake, man. Something's gone horribly wrong. Oh God. So
Hey, we
how have
got-
you guys been? How have you been? Talk to me in the comments. What's going on? How you all been?
And so Big Gabe's going to talk about comments and stuff.
Okay.
So everybody keep commenting. If we don't get to it, I have my phone obviously in my hand.
Right.
Does it look perfect? It doesn't look very professional, but
It's not bad.
hey, we got Kevin up in the house.
Do we? All right.
Yeah.
All right. Cal Craner's here. Cal, you must not have to go to work early, right? You stay up late. Okay.
It's a Saturday.
Oh, true. Also, are you riding tomorrow, Cal? Are you guys going riding? Eagle Rock Indian Motorcycle, Idaho Falls, Idaho. One of the most beautiful spots in the country.
So Cal, I'm going to talk about it now. Anybody in the Idaho area,
Right.
Calvin has like a 3-day. Why don't you put it in the comments for me? But I think he has about a 3-day ride, an IMRG ride.
Yeah, their event that they host there.
Yeah,
Yeah.
I think
Yep.
it's
Started out as a
Jill-
thing called the Tin Cup Rally.
Okay.
And there's a route out there that's called the Tin Cup Loop.
Yeah.
And it takes you some amazing country in East Idaho and extreme western Wyoming. And the first year that they hosted it, it was a hit. I mean, people came over from Boise and came up from a long ways away. In fact, we had a group that came all the way from Washington State that came down for it.
Oh wow.
And it just really kind of connected. People really enjoyed it and they liked it. And we had live music and we had food and all that kind of stuff. And it's grown dramatically since the three and a half years ago that I was there. And they're doing a wonderful job, guys. And Cal is killing it as a president over there. He's just knocking it dead. So if you have the opportunity, learn more about it at Eagle Rock, Indian Motorcycle, and the IMRG chapter there. Yeah, they do a great job.
Yeah. Well, and that ride that's coming up is in July.
Yeah,
And I believe they're
Yeah.
still looking for more people that want to ride.
that's a shame. We should show up.
So you're busy.
Yeah.
think
Where am
you're
I
at
in July?
King
Where
of
am
the
I?
Baggers.
Okay. Oh, King of the Baggers weekend.
It's,
Yeah.
it's King of the Baggers
Yeah.
weekend. But I'm not.
Oh, you're not.
And
You might have to drop in and see him.
so there's a little talk about that.
Okay, yeah, that'd be cool. Because I was going to invite you if we did have time in July to go into to ride in Idaho, and especially one of the areas I'd like to take you through up there. And if you have the opportunity to ride it, you should. Is from Boise, travel directly north, Highway 55. It
Mhm.
takes you right through the heart of the state. And as you get up north about Grangeville, you can then bear east and go along through Lolo Pass and up into Missoula, Montana, and then take Highway 93 or something similar back through the mountains down
Yeah.
there. Takes you, and if you wanted to backtrack into towns like Stanley and Chalice and some of those over there, beautiful mountain towns along the rivers. And
You know,
absolutely
you know,
gorgeous.
that's the kind of, you know what riding I like.
Oh yeah, yeah,
I mean, we did some riding today.
very much so.
So hang on. So first, the people in Idaho.
Yep.
I'm actually, no, Cal's just hearing this for the first time. I'm actually trying to figure out how I could possibly make that ride.
Okay,
You know, I have a couple engagements,
Right.
But they're not solid, and there's a couple things that are wavering them.
yeah,
So I don't know if I'm going to have to go directly east. I'm leaving Faribault in July, like 5th, I think, or 6th, possibly.
okay.
And then I'm just not sure if I'm going to shoot east and then if I have to go all the way west, or if I'm just going to go west, hang west, and then go all the way east after.
Well, now you know the story of my life over trying to even get the skeletal plan for this together. This whole tour. There were certain ones I know I wanted to go to, but often they conflicted with where else I had to be.
Yeah.
You know, for example, you don't drive to Charleston, South Carolina, then shoot up to Charlotte, then barrel all the way back to Colorado if you could help it.
Yeah.
Right.
you
But
did.
we had to do that. The object when I set the schedule up was I'd go out to Charleston, do the Southeast Iron Butt tour, go up to Charlotte, see those guys, and then just hang out over in the Pigeon Forge, Gatlinburg area,
Okay.
and then wait for Thundering Indians through the Smokies to start, hang out with those guys, and then
You were supposed to be here.
I was supposed to be up here.
I'm going to say
Oh, that was-
some of these
ugh.
people rode with us, right?
Yeah.
Kevin was on the ride.
Yeah,
Gabe was on the ride.
Gabe went on the ride.
I want to say thank you. I'm glad you missed it because, man, you bring in weather with you. You got here.
Everywhere I went.
We rode it. It was 102 degrees
Yeah,
today
102 degrees in Minnesota.
in June.
Yeah.
Dude, I think the iceberg on the lake just melted the other day.
Well,
Hey, Gabe.
okay,
Gabe.
something's climate
Time out.
change.
Gabe,
whatever.
Gabe, what was the temperature when we left last Saturday to head up towards Bison?
Close. It was like 41 degrees.
41.
40.
Okay,
That's all
I could have appreciated 41 by about 3:00 this afternoon. That would have been nice.
It was I mean,
Yeah.
we didn't. So another thing.
Look at this size. Okay, look at the size of these things.
They're pterodactyls. They know. We
For
had
the love of God.
Dude, we drink steroids here, and then they drink our blood, and they grow.
Yeah. Okay. All right.
Mm.
Wow.
the
So
June bugs are out and stuff like that too.
Oh yeah. Well, that looks like an aircraft carrier. What the hell are you doing here?
So I hope it lands on you and you scream like a
No,
girl.
no, thank
It
you.
won't happen.
Come on.
For the
Um,
love of God.
So
so for-
today we
right.
rode side by side.
Yep.
Not the first time.
Not at all.
Most miles though we've rode on our own bikes.
True. That is, yeah, because
'Cause we didn't share many miles when I was in Colorado last year.
no, because we went Pikes Peak and we had one other little day trip around there,
Yeah.
and that was about it. Yeah.
And then a couple like restaurant runs.
Yeah, restaurant
Yeah,
runs.
and
lots of-
dealership runs, which are always amazing.
Oh, I'll tell you what. That was I wanted to do right from the beginning with this. I wanted to stop into dealerships. Okay.
Yeah.
And when I didn't get a lot of guys, well, I got a few that reached out early on. And then there was a few that reached out a little later on, but they were always in places where I wasn't really going.
Mhm.
Okay. And I apologize profusely to those guys. And some of the other ones I've just popped in on. For Wichita, for example, I called them the night before, dropped in that morning. The store, though, in Missouri, in Columbia, Missouri,
Yeah.
I just walked in the door recording. Yeah, that was bad. Sorry. Really tacky, but Head Motorsports those guys were awesome. The guys in Wichita, amazing people there. We stopped into the store in Knoxville, Tennessee. Amazing guy there. His name is Curtis, by the way.
So Curtis's and Ryan's, they tend
They're
to run a lot.
everywhere. Yeah, I don't know who you guys are that are all doing this, but apparently you have to be named Ryan to have some technical job in the motor industry. It
I
seems that
want
way.
to I want to shout out to Outback Outlaw for the donation. I
Okay.
appreciate it, buddy.
Hmm.
If you haven't checked out his channel, he has
Somebody kick you a little gas money.
yeah, he filled up my tank.
Nicely done.
And that's even with our prices that we got up here.
Yeah.
We set Bob's on here. He reminded the high was 62 last Saturday.
Yeah. Okay.
So
62.
I'm kind of happy you missed that ride, because what
Well,
would you have brought?
I'm-
I mean, I don't know what
I
it
would have
been
brought
rainy.
rain, a lot of rain.
Yeah.
You guys would not believe it. Every single place we went, and you might have seen it. I was in Salina, Kansas during a tornado. I was in a torrential downpour in Eddiesville, Kentucky. I was in another torrential downpour in Columbia, Missouri. I was in yet a third torrential downpour in most recently, again, Nashville, as we got ready to leave. The day we got ready to leave Nashville, pouring rain. And yeah, everywhere I went, it was cold and wet. And with the exception of being in Pigeon Forge. Now we get down there for Thunder Beginnings to the Smokies, and they too comment that, oh, well, it's a lot warmer than it's been recently at this time of year. Yeah, like 90s plus. So when we got up in the mountains in some of the real shaded tree lined areas, it was nice. But oh man, a couple of times up there was like, yeah, it's a little toasty. I think I need to go find some shade someplace. But
Hey, Gabe, you know where Pigeon Forge is? Off the top of your head? It's where Wheels Through Time was.
Oh,
Yeah.
okay.
It's
Yeah.
literally like right
Yeah,
in
it's
the
just down the
Next-
road.
like right next to it.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So
we
we
probably went through it.
yeah.
you absolutely did. You would have had to. Yeah. If you came down the 411, I think, or
Wow.
414 or whatever it is, if you come down that way, you had to go right through it.
Yeah.
And the funny thing is that Pigeon Forge just pops up out of nowhere.
Yeah.
You know, all these attractions and stuff, because it's pretty much Dollywood, and it's an extension of Dollywood. And so there's everything from go-kart tracks to we watched a multimedia pirate show.
Oh.
You know,
Are
if you
kidding me?
and by the way, in Pigeon Forge, Tennessee, someone is living one of my other dreams. Okay. His name is Sawyer, and he has a pancake house. And I'll tell you what, if you cannot find a pancake breakfast in Pigeon Forge, you aren't even paying attention. Every other place will tell you they got a pancake breakfast. But let me give a shout out to those guys, Lawrence Hodge, Chuck Cameron, Denise Hodge, and everybody who's been around it. Greg DeRoches and his wife Linda, Chris Massey and his wife. I mean, or Casey Massey. These guys they've been coming back now for the last 3-4 years, and the rides are amazing. The scenery is wonderful. The hotel is great. Vacation Lodge, Pigeon Forge, Tennessee. And it's not like a rally or a rendezvous.
Mm-hmm.
It's get together,
Yeah.
get up in the morning, have breakfast, go ride. Come home in the afternoon,
Yeah.
go grab supper or whatever, then come back to the hotel,
Moonshine.
get a little moonshine rolling, get a little cocktailing going on, and just sitting there and hanging out and making friends. And we had a great time. Absolutely amazing. Absolutely amazing.
Bob says that you've had kind of a big black cloud over you for like about a month.
Oh, dude. Yeah.
I'm gonna say right now, Bob he led our group
Yeah.
last week. You missed it.
You're going to just run over with that, aren't
Oh
you?
my
Yeah.
God.
You beat my ass with that.
So big shout out to Bob
Mhm.
and the IMRG chapter out of Bison. So if you're from Minnesota or even in the region,
Yeah.
all cool guys.
Very.
The
Yeah.
president and the mastermind behind the president, the wife,
Right.
both rode with us. And Bob rode and led.
Mastermind.
And it was incredible, and everybody was cool. Kevin came all the way from Milwaukee, and it was awesome.
Yeah, excellent. So, guys, you can't see it now, and we were hoping to get this up when it was still daylight enough that you could see behind us. But I've literally just dropped the rear gate in the RV park. My neighbors are right back here. There's a lovely older couple and their daughter traveling from California right next to us. There's some long-termers down there, and it looks like the spot immediately next door is open. So maybe we won't get in trouble.
What are they gonna do? We got Big Gabe,
That's right.
right, Gabe?
Yeah.
Hey, did you bring your brass knuckles?
I brought more than that.
Ooh.
Oh, yeah. All right. Okay. All right.
That's what I'm talking about.
Gabe's heavily armed.
Second Amendment.
Right. Doom. Boom. Two. Okay. So there's a couple of things I want to talk about.
I got lots of stuff.
Fire one ready.
No, go for it.
Okay. My
I
first
interrupt all the time.
I want to talk about the group riding. Okay.
Okay.
again, down in Pigeon Forge, I saw some Lawrence Hodge and Chuck were the primary leaders of the rides. Okay. Both of those guys are from that area and very skilled riders. Okay. Because we ran things like the Tail of the Dragon and the Rattlesnake and you name it, Devil's Triangle, and a variety of those stuff that they ride all the time. They ride those types of roads all the time. And so to them, it's pretty much second nature. So when they lead out, they can pretty much, everybody can kind of pace themselves as they go. But it takes a little while to find out where in the group is your pace. Right. And in the process of doing that, and I'm not going to throw stones at anybody because all of the guys that were there were good riders. No question about it. You don't go on those roads if you're not.
I feel like you're backtracking just a little. Like you were about to,
but what I'm
say, this dude sucks.
No, I don't really have to pick on anybody. But what I was trying to find out and talk about is those guys emphasize that it's ride at your own pace. Find your pace within the group, and ride at that. And I think that's really cool. And I think that's important for any group ride to understand that if you're going to do the kind of numbers of riders that they had, and in some cases, the groups were 30 bikes big, you got to find your own pace and be honest about it, I guess would be another thing I would like to add. If your skill set is such that you know that road is going to be a challenge and you want to take your time with it, don't hide that. Say, hey, let me go on my own pace. Let me ride later, do something, and then I'll come back and join you, or whatever the case may be, or where can I meet you when I'm done? Because the guys that were trying to find their place and what their pace was, were sometimes making it hard for some of the other riders. They're getting crowded up on each other or doing that accordion thing that groups do. And so I'm just saying, kind of assess your skill set honestly before you get in that situation. Know what you're looking at going ahead. You've seen it before in other group rides, I'm sure.
Oh yeah. I didn't go down there because I would have just had to find you guys. So,
right. I'll catch up to you tomorrow is what you would say. And
it's like, hey guys, I want to just walk this. I just walk my bike.
Well, I was really though impressed that there was a lot of guys riding 2-up, a lot of guys on Roadmasters. Lawrence, for example, rides with his wife Denise on the back all the time. He's blasting through the Tail of the Dragon like it was nobody's business.
Dude, you left. You got some pretty good marks on that little Bassani's.
I took the hide right off of it.
Yeah,
a couple of spots.
Yeah, hey, that's what you got to do.
Well, it had been like maybe 40 years ago. I was down in that area. I don't even know if I actually rode Highway 129, but I rode around down there a lot, and we rode on some roads that were like that. And I was, 19 years old or something, blasting around there with a buddy from college, right? So to come back to it now as an adult and see it in a different light and know what I'm, and have a deeper appreciation for what I was doing, absolutely incredible. Those are roads that are so iconic and they are so motorcycle centric that there's activities built right around the road. I mean, Deals Gap Resort and all those things that are there.
Well, Kill Bill.
Yeah, or Killboy, that does the photos. Yeah,
boy, I saw the picture that he took of you.
Oh yeah.
What a great shot!
It's an awesome picture, isn't it?
So, yesterday was the first time I got to see your bike.
Yeah.
What are we calling it again?
The Elite Noir.
How about fucking awesome?
Okay.
So Elite Noir, your pictures don't do it justice. Killboy, that was pretty cool.
Yeah.
Doesn't quite do it justice.
Right.
So I think you should let me borrow your bike so I can do a little walk around in a video for everybody.
Okay. Yeah, absolutely. Yeah. It's
do I get to do burnouts?
It's a relatively new tire, but I got to have it all summer. Okay. Just look out for your boy here.
Do they sell tires in Sturgeon?
They do. I think the tire runs around 200 American. So if you guys want to throw that at me, help me out. That's okay. Because apparently he's going to rip one off of my motorcycle.
Well, I have to see because one of the things, and you have to watch the video that I haven't even shot yet. So if you want to know anything specific actually about his bike, now would be the time to put it in there.
Yeah, ask away because I
haven't shot it.
There's a lot of guys that have asked me about it and have now seen it in person.
I think Indians should. I should send the video to Indian, and they should just make a couple of these.
Well, I was making a joke about it multiple times, but when I had Ola Stenegard on the show and we talked about it a little bit, I was just kind of more or less teasing him at first, right? Yeah. But he said that in 19 that was concepted that perhaps a dark horse chieftain or roadmaster of some kind was going to be along those lines. But again, the elite series of motorcycles starting in 18, especially with the Roadmaster, it was all about those paint schemes. Whether it was the chieftains like the silver one
The
or
silver,
the
like,
candy apple
glittery
red one. Yeah.
absolutely.
So it was all about the paint. And Indian made no bones about that. These are 500 or so versions of this bike, and that's why it's painted this way, and that's what we've done, and it's a multi-layer process and all that stuff. And it wasn't as if they were trying to get away from the other subtleties of it, or whatever. But it was, we've invested so much into this. There's not much more we can do, aesthetically to change it at this point.
Blacking out the motor and stuff been that expensive? I mean, there's no way.
It wasn't that expensive for me.
Oh yeah, but Pikes Peak hooked you up.
Yeah, they helped me out quite a bit.
Well, they help a lot of their people out.
They do. Yeah.
I've been unfortunate to be able to do a lot of work with them.
Yeah.
I've been very fortunate to just hang out.
Right.
But
yeah,
man, they've
done that.
I think last I checked, they still have that like golden.
Yeah, it's got this
Challenger.
this paint scheme that changes color a little bit, or the hue changes in it. It's predominantly kind of this yellow gold.
Is it like gloss as a gloss finish?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Oh. But when you move across it has kind of a purple hue to it, a sheen to it, and then it changes a little bit and got a little essence of green in there. I was almost a little disappointed after Porsche dealer went down and she had Goldie, right? That award-winning, beautiful Challenger.
100%.
And she jumped all over that white one.
Can't blame her.
Can't blame her either. I get that. But I was like, oh, she pulled the trigger on a new bike already. I was going to send her a picture of this other one, right? And so Porsche, if you're watching us, I don't know why you would be, but if you are, 1, you're amazing. 2, I'm sorry to hear you go down. 3, glad you got another Challenger. 4, sorry I missed an opportunity to hook you up. But
Bro, we're not on your channel today.
You're on your channel.
Yeah, she don't know the hell I am.
Right. I get it. And she barely knows me. I mean, the really cool kids don't know us. Count yourself among them.
Ewan is going to ride his first bagger tomorrow. It's a Harley.
Okay.
Well, baby steps.
Talking about baby steps.
Says the guy over here with a 117 ripping around. I know.
Yeah, Gabe, he can ride anything you give him. He actually rode the Challenger. Well, we did a Pan America.
Okay.
And we took the Pan America, and it was super last second. So I had just my helmet cam.
Okay.
And that's just because it's stuck to my helmet.
Right.
All right. So we ride it like the 20-some minutes to my house to grab another camera to be like, I got to do something with this.
Yeah, I'm taking a road trip.
So then we feel kind of bad. And we race. I smoked his ass, boy, on the first one.
That away.
That's because he did a wheelie and he freaked out and let off, and I didn't. And I got that Lloyd's tune.
The first time one of those lifts up like that, it does kind of catch your attention,
Yeah. So then we ran it back a little while later, and it's much faster than the Challenger.
Speaking of which, okay, so today it had been a while since Fish and I had rode side by side on our own motorcycles. In December, we had Roadmasters from India that we were down there. They were stock, and one was a little problematic, but between the tune and the 108 in that thing, it pulls my bike like nobody's business. I missed a downshift at one point, and I thought, well, maybe I'll roll up on him in a second. No, you were still pulling away. I was like, okay, man.
Yeah, that tune is something else.
Yeah, well, and my bike is still a 111. It does have the cam in it, but I'm now wanting to see
126.
Yeah, 126, the big 126 from Lloyd's Garage and Indian Motorcycle Charlotte. I think that thing's going to make a. Again, I'm never about the raw horsepower. I want that smooth power delivery. But watching you just kind of walk me today, it's like, I gotta fix that.
So, you know what? Your bike. That's actually to talk about the 126.
Yeah,
it reminds me of a Indian's B4 Custom.
Kind of, yeah.
And it's beautiful.
Speaking of which, did you see the new B4 Roadmaster?
Oh, that orange one?
Yeah.
Wait, it's not is it a Roadmaster?
Yes, it is. and it's got custom side panels on it. It's got the whole thing repainted. Tim Sutherland posted it today, and Tim really is the driving force behind the 1901 customs, right?
Yeah.
And the work that they do on those bikes. And he's really put together a hell of a combination because it's an amazing looking motorcycle. Look at the custom side panels on it. You see that?
Oh, dude, let's see.
See if you can show
Gabe,
that.
tell me if that works.
Well, it's got some sexy on it.
It's there now. It focused.
Yeah, got some sexy on it, huh?
Oh my God.
Right?
These guys, they're doing it right.
Well, what I appreciate about Lloyd's and India Motorcycle Charlotte is that they're true to, we're going to run a quality dealership. We're going to do a good job at ground level, but we're not content to just do that.
Right.
We're going to take everything to just a little higher level. We're going to challenge ourselves a little more. I mean, how many dealers out there jump up and say, what we're going to do? We're going to go chase some land speed records. Just roll down there for a weekend and rip around.
So sick.
Okay.
You know why? They're freaking bikers.
Yeah. They're riders.
Yeah.
They're real riders.
Yeah. If everything went, if they decided tomorrow we're not going to own a dealership,
right?
They're still going to own motorcycles.
They still ride motorcycles. Sure. Yeah.
And you know what? Tim has been winning awards since the Victory days.
Oh yeah. It's close to almost 20 years they've been doing what they're doing.
No, I guess I don't know about that, but
I mean, I'm only speculating. But if you go back to, they were one of the early guys. Tim rode a B92 Victory, one of the first ones, right?
Yeah.
Come on, man.
I mean, I've seen pictures of some of his like big wheel baggers and some of these custom Victories that he made, and it was winning award after award after award.
Yep.
And then now, and then Lloyd was making them fast and big horsepower, and and now they're teaming up to make these B4 bike. Do we know why they're called B4? The letter B, the number 4. Do we know?
Specifically, no, I don't.
So I'm gonna ask
before, B after. I don't know, but I do know this.
Before the next guy.
What I do know is that he's right. Before the next guy, he was always the vision that these bikes have and the look of them is very unique. It's very modern, but it really plays to the new lines of the Indian bikes. It looks nice. It looks like somebody actually paid attention to that, because if you've watched over the years, and every major manufacturer has done it, okay, almost every major. Well, I should say almost. They want to come out with something special.
Yeah,
they want to come out with something unique, so they try graphics or paint colors or whatever. Case in point, Kawasaki a few years ago was having a pretty good run with the Vaquero, okay, their touring bike.
Yep.
And the bike's it's no slouch. It's not a bad motorcycle, but they got the bright idea they were going to do some really outrageous colors, okay, like the Dragon Green, only Kawasaki Dragon Green. Screams at you.
My buddy Dennis has one.
Makes your eyes bleed.
That's the green.
Literally, it matches my helmet.
Oh, right on. Okay, so
it's the same color as my helmet.
So they tried stuff like that. Then they went to there was a flame red, and they did it's just a variety of stuff.
Even their white was kind of different.
Yeah, it was a pearlescent white for a couple of years.
Yeah.
So again, all these manufacturers throw ideas at these things, hoping that they're going to be okay and that they're going to be something special and that they'll drive more purchases. Only a few customizers have ever been able to take the lines of the bike and not rely on color, but rely on the styling of the motorcycle. And the B4s do that. You know what I mean? They've really embraced that.
And then they do these little finished touches that are the 1901 brand, which is their brand.
Yep.
They're from floorboards to center stands to speaker lids.
Yeah, all kinds of trim stuff.
Yeah, they do kind of like just little finishing touches that is unmistakably theirs.
Yeah, which is the same reason.
It says 1901 on the floorboard.
Yeah, right on the floorboard.
What brand
that was.
is.
That's Lloyd stuff.
Yeah,
but it's the same reason though that with the Elite that I did my bike, I wanted to see what it would look like had Indian built it.
Right.
Okay, so it has Indian accessories on it. I took the existing parts and turned them black.
Mm-hmm.
I kept things on there like the front and rear bumpers. I kept the Vallis fender. I may have gone to the 19-inch wheel, but I wanted to just take that black color and move it all the way through all that red.
Yeah.
and really make it look like Indian had built it. And when I was describing it to Roger, the manager, the service manager there at Pikes Peak, he's like, what, like Indian built it? I said, yeah, short of a couple of things, I want you to walk up to this and think it was a factory bike.
Yeah.
And he went, and the light came on, right? And now
Well,
you
it
can
looks
see
that
it.
way.
Yeah.
So what did I do today? I'm looking at it, or yesterday, today, I looked at it. I'm like, God, I love it. I love it. I love it. You know what? I need to Google the stock one.
Right.
You know what I say?
Yeah.
And the reason why is because it's subtle, but it's so vastly different. You can't. I mean, it's easy to spot.
Yeah.
But then
Yeah.
once you pull up a picture and you're like, holy crap.
That's what it was.
Chrome.
Yeah, right. It was a lot of chrome.
It's Dark Horse,
Yeah.
essentially.
Yeah.
And so, you did it right. Your vision. Did Pikes Peak help with the vision, or did you produce it and they just brought it to life, or how did that work? How
did that come? All right. When I was working at Sawtooth Indian, which is now Indian Motorcycle Boise, we ordered an Icon Roadmaster that was the kind of Black Hills yellow, gold, and black. Okay. Beautiful colors together. But against the chrome, it never quite visually never worked for me.
Mm-hmm.
And the damn thing sat right in front of my desk. And I looked at it and I looked at it and I looked at it. And then as Indians started to bring out black parts, or black pieces, I was like, I wonder what would that look like? And that kind of stuck in my head. And then I was standing there looking at that bike one day, and as beautiful as it's out in the sun, it's gorgeous. I had freshly washed it. And I was like, man, all that beautiful black gets lost in all that red and chrome.
Mm-hmm.
So now I've just taken the black and moved it all the way up through the red paint. And yeah, it changes the look dramatically.
Yeah, it really does. And
Yeah.
it looks amazing.
Thank you. Yeah, I was really proud.
Alex is asking if you guys have the scoop on Lloyd's exhaust tips.
The tips.
Just the tips.
Exhaust tips.
Yeah, just the tip. So right now there's not tips for it.
Correct.
But I believe like Reinhardt makes amazing tips that fit.
Oh, and so does Rush Racing makes ones that'll fit.
Tim or Tab, I mean.
Maybe.
I wonder.
I mean, I don't know. But if it were me, guys, and the Rush Racing or the Lloyd stuff, I know that what I do know is that the only challenge that these guys have had is it's been developed, it's been tested, it's pretty much a viable product. But like we've experienced here, we learned today.
Oh, hang on. If you have, because I want to talk about this. I think it's interesting. If you have, or you're irritated with parts on back order by Indian Motorcycle, put one in the comment. Just a number one.
Yeah, just
because we want to know if you've ever had an issue with your parts recently,
right?
Or anytime, but mostly recently, within the last 8 months or a year.
Yeah.
Or if you already ordered stuff or trying to find stuff that are on back order.
Right.
And
because part of what's holding up the finishing of my bike is back ordered parts.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So we already got one that fast.
Yep.
A couple ones.
Oh, here they come.
Two wheel down says, "What up? Hey, what up, man?"
And he says everything is on back order right now.
Pretty much. Yeah, it's universally back ordered.
So get this, Gabe, get this.
What's up?
Oh,
so we know that Polaris Industries is a Minnesota company.
Yep.
We build motorcycles in Spirit Lake, Iowa.
They started with snowmobiles up north.
Right.
How's it pronounced? It's pronounced Rousseau, right?
Roseau.
I
don't know. I pronounce it Roseau.
I pronounce it Canada. Yeah. For the love of God, man, who goes up there and why?
Oh, dude, I'll go up there right now to do their testing facility.
Well, that would be cool.
Yeah,
that's where the frames for the Chief were built.
Oh, really?
Yeah.
So I'm gonna continue this. So there's there's some ones in here.
Okay.
So Polaris Industries, they try to do their aftermarket stuff in the United States.
A lot of the suppliers are all U.S.
And even more than that, a lot of their aftermarket motorcycle stuff is right here in Minnesota.
Now, let's clarify. When he says aftermarket, he's talking about the vendors who make the parts for the bikes.
The accessories.
Yeah.
The Indian branded accessories are not made from Indian. They're outsourced.
They're contract out. Yeah.
Right.
Okay.
Those guys are from Minnesota.
Oh, yeah.
Our governor shut us down.
Oh, true. Yeah.
So next time you're pissed at Polaris Industry, Indian Motorcycle Company, Governor Waltz has an email address.
Does he now?
You could probably tell him, hey, bro.
Hey, yo, Gov.
I mean,
I'm going to tell him straight up, what the hell, bro?
I'm just saying, I think that my blacked out, or how many people need air intakes for a Challenger?
Yeah, Challenger
right here in
intakes.
Minnesota.
Yeah, Challenger intakes.
I think that should be what is it called? What is it called? When you're an employee,
You're an
essential
it's
employee.
essential worker.
I think that's an essential
Yeah.
worker.
I think anybody who has anything to do with motorcycles ought to be considered essential workers.
Damn right.
Yeah. That put me on the list.
Yeah.
Because I could probably use an extra buck or two. You know, I'm just thinking.
So that's a little bit of the scoop, and we're joking around and making jokes, but I thought that was interesting information we got today.
I think my dog's dead.
Is that your reaction?
I think my dog is dead.
My dog's dead.
Hey, Tucker, are you awake? Okay, he's all right.
So yeah. Anyway, interesting. They're keeping it American, and they try to keep it local to Minnesota, which I thought was really cool, considering they're Minnesota. And our governor did shut down non-essential
production places,
like that, or minimized them to such a point where it's skeleton crews or almost not operable. I mean, really, there's a reason why you have people working in your plants.
But it doesn't matter what you're building, and it doesn't. For a while, it didn't matter where. But this has kind of aggravated the problem.
Yeah.
Raw materials weren't getting produced, so even these guys that were in business and operational, wherever they may have been, can you get the material to make whatever part it is that you're going to send down the line?
Well,
Can you do that?
windshields, right? Clockworks,
Yep.
Freedom Shields.
Yep.
They couldn't get their hands on the material because it was going to plexiglass makers that were making all the gas station
sneeze trays.
Yeah.
And would somebody please, maybe if you're 19 and you walk up to the convenience store counter and the person who's working there doesn't really care, barely speaks, and talks to you, you might be able to hear it. At 59, after riding motorcycles, I'm pretty much deaf, so you better come find a way to get me to communicate through the plexiglass, which doesn't happen very well. But that's the big part of it, guys. And we talked about it on some of the RV side chats, which, by the way, have become quite the popular item. And that's just me rambling for 30 minutes.
Is this kind of an RV side chat?
Sort of, yeah.
I mean, it's RV after.
It's RV after hours.
RV after. That's
okay.
right.
All right.
RV after hours. 2 Wheels Down. Thanks for the brew.
Oh yeah. Okay.
I was wondering too. It said beard, and I was like, he doesn't have a beard.
Maybe he was throwing that for you.
It's for beer.
Yeah.
Well, is it beer money?
I know, man. I almost was about to crack open something if we weren't going to get this going pretty soon.
Yeah, I was going to, okay. This has been the story of the travel here. All this stuff inside my studio at home when I had it all set up, I could take, I could play with and plug in and mess around with. Now I don't have that luxury. So when it comes to setting these things up, if they work, great. If not, well, hey, it's the best it is.
It's all good, dude.
What do you got?
Yeah.
He said autofill.
Yeah. I'm feeling. So Ben says it's all effed up at Indian. If you want a speakers upgrade, they're on back order. Yeah, see, that's what I'm saying, Ben. So yes, you're right. It's Indian's problem.
It is.
But the fact that they're not the ones making those speaker upgrades, they have somebody that makes speakers that are good at it.
Yep.
And then they order them and they get them in.
Correct.
Those guys can't work. So I guess the only thing that outsource I'm sure there's probably something and somebody could probably correct me.
Yeah.
But the main thing that's outsourced out of country is clothing.
Yeah, clothing and some electronics.
Okay.
Only because, again, the facilities to make those things and the accessibility to doing them quickly and efficiently ain't here.
Yeah.
But it goes back to the domino effect that has happened all the way through every industry. Motorcycling got hit a little bit harder because it probably was one of those that when governors and boards of health or whatever were looking down lists of things that were non-essential, that would have been a first one.
Yeah. Well, California, there was a while where they just weren't even allowed to sell motorcycles.
Yeah.
There was nothing.
Yeah.
No service, and they're like, wait, a service on my vehicle. People have only motorcycles sometimes, especially California.
Well, and I recently learned in kind of didn't, I should have known this, but it didn't really register, is that the corporate offices really haven't even been full operation. People have been working from home at India Motorcycle and Polaris.
Yeah.
I reached.
Well, my buddy Brian,
Yeah.
he said that he's in he works for parts and accessories and stuff.
Yeah.
And he was telling me that they just said, no, yeah, just work at home. Just you don't even have to come back.
Right.
Here's all the stuff you need.
Yeah.
Don't come back.
So there's going to be some big empty buildings in Medina.
Oh man. Oh man. No, but you're not
Yeah.
wrong.
No, I'm telling you, what I'm getting at, guys, is that because of how some of these things have worked, and when you can't even get the raw material to make whatever it is that you sell then to India, the domino effect is spread through everything, and it's been ongoing. General Motors is running into the same thing. Look at some of the GMC stores around the country. 7, 8, 10, 15 vehicles on the lot.
Mhm.
Are you kidding me?
Stuff. Well, they got
with them. A lot of it is the computer parts.
Yeah.
They can't. There's a Speedway. I forget which one it was. Somebody was telling me that is literally filled with Ford trucks because they can't get the computer parts to get the cars to run.
Waiting on.
yeah, they're ready to go.
Right, basically waiting on a SIM card.
Somebody got a SIM card.
Yeah.
Yeah. So we got a question in here. Has anybody had issues with their USB connection, losing connection on his Challenger? He has to go Bluetooth or turn off the bike. I'm going to say, and I don't know specifically, and I actually use Bluetooth mostly anyway.
Okay.
If you have a cheap USB cord and you don't have a data syncing cord,
Oh, yeah.
sometimes you have issues. So you might want to, and Big Gabe knows a lot more about this than I do, but usually isn't it like blue on one end or something, or they're blue on both sides?
Well,
Big Gabe?
the blue indicates a 3.0 USB connector. It's just an upgraded. But you'll see on the packaging, it'll state data transfer.
Yeah, so you got to make sure that your USB cord says data transfer on there, right?
Yeah.
Because and then if you still have an issue, then there's something. But a lot of times those gas station USB, which we've all had to grab.
Yeah. I got a couple of 10-footers.
Oh yeah, dude. I look at some of these. I'm like, were we trying to hang people with these? Like, tie up. Oh, it's a dog leash. Oh, and it runs my computer.
Yeah, there's one USB port in the next 10 feet. Okay, all right. That's all I get.
So anyway, my little heads up to you is that you might want to just make sure that your cable is really good. So
and
also the longer the cable,
right? And keep in mind the USB ports themselves are not really made for shaking and banging and twisting and pulling and all that stuff. And it's really easy to twist one just a little bit so your connection isn't solid when you put it together.
Yeah.
There's a lot of things that can happen to them, and it's really not the fault of the manufacturer. It is just the way the part is created. Look at every computer, look at everything. USB ports are being mass produced someplace, on the planet, and they're not the most durable thing in the world.
So Calvin says, the 10-foot one is cheaper than the 3-foot one. That's right, but just think about what you're getting for.
Right.
And also the data has to travel a lot further on probably cheaper material.
Yeah, probably a poorer transmitter. Yeah.
Yeah. And so he says that he has a 6-footer in it. So yeah, dude, go get a shorter one.
Yeah.
And just know it's for your bike, bro. Just buy a short one. Know it's for your bike. Leave it in there. And I would assume, and I hope, and I hope I don't steer you wrong, and I apologize if I do, but I think that the USB cord that's not 6 feet and probably higher quality would help.
Yeah, I'm sure it does. I don't know what you do with all that USB cord on the bike, frankly. If you've got a 10-footer, unless you're doing lariat type toys and tricks and stuff.
What sucks is that where you at when you start realize you need it? At the gas station.
Right.
It only sells 36 footers.
Right. Yeah. That are purple.
Yeah.
What the?
Oh, but don't worry, it's braided.
Oh, nice.
Yeah.
Yeah. The one and only 10-footer that I had was purple. It was long and it worked for about a week. So it could be just the plain quality of those things.
Yeah, absolutely.
Yeah.
We've Larry Marshall loves to talk about the quality over
Cost.
Expensive Indian brand over the cheaper luggage rack per se, right? Or whatever. You kind of get the same thing.
Oh, no question.
That's why there's really nice HDMI cords. You can spend a lot of money
Oh my
on
God.
those.
And
with 24 karat
right,
gold
and not
fucking-
knowing, and right, and not then knowing what's right. And this is something that I saw it again here recently, being out and talking to more riders. And maybe this is going to sound a little egotistical, maybe it's going to sound a little brash. I don't get it, and I'm kind of like I don't care at this point, guys. There is a ton, and I mean a ton, of just plain misinformation, stuff that is just wrong, that floats around motorcycle circles. And I don't know how some of these things get perpetuated over and over and over and passed along all the time. If you want to believe the guy standing at the parts counter, that's great. Knock yourself out. I'm never going to fault you for that. If you want to trust that guy, super, you do that. But do your homework, man, because there is a lot of stuff out there.
Also, you got to learn the people you can trust.
Exactly. Know the guys who know their stuff and aren't going to blow smoke up you.
Right.
Because after 50 years on motorcycles, and obviously then roughly 30 of those as a full-grown adult, or 40 of them, you're looking at, you see and hear all these things over and over and over again.
You're full grown.
I am, more or less. 5'9", 160, soaking wet.
I'm just kidding. He's 6'9". I'm 6'11".
Yeah, our former NBA careers went bad. All right. So
they said, wait, my Dollar Tree cords don't work? No, bro, they might. I don't know. I don't know.
They might. Okay.
Will they last a long time? I don't know.
20, 30 minutes tops.
Listen. There's a lot of good Dollar Tree stuff out there. I mean, their candy bars are just as good as anybody else. Maybe a little crunchier.
A little crunchier and maybe just a little discolored. What I was amazed with is I've been all over rural America now. I've gone deliberately off some of the highways, right? I've been all over the country. Would somebody please tell me what it takes to open a Dollar General? Because they is everywhere.
Oh, man.
Literally, I went through this little town, right? This is a town that looks like it's been forgotten since the 1940s, maybe 50s, right? It's run down, deteriorating. And then as you come out of the other side of town, there is the convenience store and the Dollar General.
Yeah.
That's it. Okay. I kind of wondered what the purpose of that was. Apparently we need, 25 plastic cups for $10 or something. I don't know. It's just weird.
Some people, that's all they have.
Right. That's true. Right. That's true.
Yeah. Me and Fred used to do a delivery on an Indian Reserve.
Okay.
Their only thing they had was a Family Dollar.
Yeah.
Really?
They had no, like, I think the Walmart was like an hour and a half away.
Yeah.
So, are you kidding me?
Dude, this Family Dollar though.
Yeah.
It was like Target. I mean, it was a Family Dollar. It wasn't Target.
Right. But it was huge.
But this was like, and their orders were, I mean, this is the only thing they had.
Yeah.
It was their grocery store. It was
their stuff. Yeah.
That
makes sense.
And I think what happens is, you need a little money backing to get to these places. And sometimes some of those small towns, how much money do you got?
Yeah.
Can
right.
you put a Target in there? It's going to cost you, $50 million.
Yeah. But you throw a Dollar General up in a weekend.
Yeah.
Seriously, I think they bring them on trucks and just drop them there. Poof, there you go. There's your Dollar General. Glad you're here.
Dollar General and Family Dollar actually merged.
Okay.
That was Dollar Tree.
So it was Dollar Tree and Family
Dollar Tree
and Family Town.
Dollar.
Okay. All
So
right.
Family Dollar and Dollar Tree. But you know what's crazy about Dollar Tree is everything's a dollar.
Not at the other ones.
No. No, that's the only one. But everything's a buck. And you're like, whoa.
Right. We are in the weeds here if we're talking about Dollar General. I'm sorry you even brought it up.
Yeah, I was talking about motorcycle stuff.
Were you?
Oh, we were talking about the USB connectors from a
Yeah, see,
Dollar General has
Then
convenience
all
store
the
USB
plastic
connectors and this stuff. That's not what we're here to talk about.
and then we went into a tangent. And this is what happens.
Yeah. Well,
Calvin says that he had to pick up a USB at a 7-Eleven. Yeah, that's pretty much. They'll charge your phone.
Yeah.
Kinda.
But
they have a hard time sending data, and that's where
data is the issue.
Yeah, with technology progressing as it is.
Big Gabe, can you drop a truth bomb, please?
But technology is progressing as it is. you will have to upgrade the ability for it to transfer data, because some of these need the new USB-Cs, which actually now
true.
a lot of computers are starting to use USB-C connectors
Yep.
instead of these 2.0 and 3.0 connectors.
Right.
It's just the times are changing. Data transfer is getting
Why do they do that?
more and more demanding. And
Yeah.
it used to be simple. Now it's a little bit more.
Right.
Like I've had issues with other cables with my Android Auto on my bike,
Okay.
like where it will disconnect at times.
Huh. That's no fun.
But but Samsung uses C, and Apple started using it. I thought they were using their Lightning cable.
I don't know. All I know is that if I can't figure it out, I'd call my daughter.
They asked if this episode was brought to you by Dollar Tree. Well, you know what?
But
No,
if
we
they
were-
would sign on, I'm taking it.
Yeah, we was about to grab a Dollar Tree
Yeah.
camera. We were real fucking close to getting Gabe, run down to the Dollar Tree, get a camera.
Yeah,
The hard part is you're talking to a guy who just rebuilt a new computer.
Yeah.
That'd
Oh,
be-
yeah.
that'd be
See,
Gabe.
you're way more skilled than me. I'm lucky I can plug all this stuff in and make it work.
Let's see. We got a question here. What do you think of the next Jack Daniels? Oh, dude, if they don't do a Jack Daniels Challenger, I don't know why they wouldn't do that.
I can tell you why.
Oh, please do.
Okay. They may do one, and I think it's a great idea if they do. But one of the reasons that they wouldn't do that is the Jack Daniels edition bikes, as beautiful as they are, as incredibly designed as they are, and they may prove me wrong. So I'm theorizing here. Okay. Those bikes have always been aimed at their traditional heritage customer. Okay. He is the Indian guy who's through and through, tried and true. He likes balance fenders and all that stuff. But with the exception of last year's Roadmaster, which was a little more modern style.
Well, the Springfield didn't have none of that. That was super modern.
Oh, well, kind of, yeah. But it had a lot of coloring, it still had that old school look to it. You know what I mean?
Challenger.
Do it. I'm just saying, I think they aim it at a different client.
I think it's going to be the Chieftain.
Should be the Chieftain.
Didn't they just do the Chieftain?
No, it was
couple years ago?
Springfield, and then it was the Roadmaster.
Correct.
Right. But what was before the Springfield?
No, it was just Springfield.
The first one was a vintage. The second was there was a Chieftain.
A Chieftain, and then a Scout or something.
Well, they did in 2018, and you guys saw it because I posted it from Nashville. Clockworks built that Jack Daniels Tennessee Fire Edition Scout
with like dirt bike tires.
What's
up with that?
It was like it was okay. Yeah, it was access to I don't know, fire engines and all that kind of. It was paid a little tribute to that. So anyway, I don't even know why the dirt tires, but they look cool on it.
Dude, I'm pulling up a picture.
Okay.
Right, I'm gonna do the whole. It worked earlier, so
and then they did the Jack Daniels edition, Fireman's Edition Scout.
Right.
It was limited edition production. You had to order it. Blah 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 blah.
And that's what the one you showed us was.
No,
you showed us the Clockwork one.
That came out afterward. And then they've done well. They did the vintage initially. Yeah, showing up.
This is the Scout. Gabe, can you see it?
They got a custom alloy rim.
Yeah,
they got a knobby tire.
There it goes. I should be able to try and see if I can do it on here, but
There's a hatchet on there. It's got the Vance and Hines grenades, a completely redesigned rear fender. The headlight has been removed for an LED high intensity headlamp.
Bro, Gabe, this is what we need. Gabe, this is what we need your dyno to look like, bro.
I'm just sad that Jack Daniels went to Indian. I hate it.
I know.
I hate it.
I know.
I want him to.
You want him to come back. I know.
Go back to Harley, please.
I know. So we may find out.
You don't go back to your ex-girlfriends because they loose.
There's that. There is that.
Just kidding.
Did he just say that out loud?
Yes, he did. He says that. He says stuff like this all the time. Okay? You got to deal with. Did you deal with him when he was in California? By the way.
Yeah.
Hey, let me tell you something.
Did you talk about some really random things?
Oh God. God.
Time out. Let me tell you something.
Just think about a month of that.
Hey, let me tell you something about Curtis this week. Curtis hasn't brought it up yet. I'm telling you guys, he didn't bring his.
I didn't even bring it. No,
fucker.
I didn't plug that shit in. No,
He said
no.
Fuck you.
No,
No, it was simply.
He said,
it's
I'm not
like-
trying to talk.
Yeah.
You're
Like, I'm
lucky I
not
didn't pull
listening.
one out of my bag. And they're like, here you go.
Yeah, I got an extra one.
That's what we did last time.
Easy does it, you too. Well, it was relatively enjoyable, but I could still hear it,
Dude, you're here for 4 days.
right? And it would be with me for 40 more. So
You could only be so lucky.
right there's that. Okay. So have you figured out we still have July to worry about, right? Because June is pretty well finished up. We got that packed up.
Yeah, I'm actually kind of. I'm flying to Seattle next weekend for my anniversary with my wife.
Yep.
10 years. Love
Good for you.
Yeah.
Congratulations.
So I'm hoping to rent a motorcycle and go up. What's the Mount? I can't remember. What Rainier, Mount
Okay.
Rainier.
All right.
It's huge.
Yeah.
So you go from sea level
Mhm.
to 14,000 feet is the top.
Yep.
I
Wow.
think they don't let you go over 10, but there's no acclimation time. So people get jacked up. So you get
Oh,
10,
that's
you
no
get
fun.
10,000. I
Yeah.
mean, think about that. I mean, you've seen people fly to Denver.
And pass
And-
out.
Yeah, when they hit Denver.
Yeah. And pass out.
Yeah, so I'm wanting to rent a motorcycle. We're gonna have to see how I feel, only because I do kind of get a little altitude,
Yeah.
stuff sometimes. But if I feel good, I would love to rent a bike out there.
Yeah.
I'm gonna go to the Indian dealership. I'd like to shoot some video. I might just do
on.
an
Good.
Indian Rider Radio drop in, and then so then that is June. That takes me through. I got some plans the next weekend. I got a big plan. The 26th is Bagger Racing League.
Right.
And I have a little 4th of July party every year.
Oh, good.
So I'm doing that.
Okay.
And then after that, it's go time.
Go time. Okay.
I
Well,
guess.
my June takes me out of here to Oklahoma. We're going to be at the Oklahoma Mile with American Flat Track.
Yeah.
We'll
Is,
be
is
there.
Tyler O'Hare racing in that one? Do you know?
I think so. I'm not gonna hold true to that.
I think they should just sit him out.
Maybe.
I'm all for let that go. Let him get some ice.
Right.
Ice them limbs that he has.
Right. Be ready to rock and roll.
Be
and
ready to
early.
rock
Yeah,
at King of
yeah,
the
yeah.
Baggers, man.
Well, again, that's okay. So I think you're probably right. June 18th and 19th, Oklahoma City, Oklahoma, the Oklahoma Mile. We'll be there both Friday and Saturday. I do have press credentials and pin access for that, so you'll get some
Right,
kind of behind the
rightfully.
scenes stuff for that.
Rightfully. Don't
Rightfully,
they know who the hell you are?
no, they don't.
Well, we
No, I
educate these fools.
right.
Big Gabe, we might need another truth bomb.
Truth bomb. They don't know me.
I don't know why that's.
They don't know me.
But why are you all staring at me? For?
We're the eyes of the audience right now.
Yeah,
we are being the audience.
I got a topic for you guys about Whit Mesa on the Pan America doing the 48 states.
I had her on the show and talked about that, and she hadn't secured the bike yet,
Yeah, she did.
and she
she's fine.
secured it now.
Mhm.
And okay, I don't know. When you're with Meza, can you smile bigger? Yeah, because she's got a big smile. The girl has a big, genuine smile. The first picture I saw on social media of her standing next to that Pan American, I thought she was going to break her face. I mean, literally, she is grinning so hard she can't stand it.
Yeah.
And how amazing though to put it out there that you're a female rider, you're doing 48 states in 10 days, you've taken on the challenge, and then have the manufacturer step up and go, yeah, okay, we'll go with you.
Yeah. I
think that's pretty
I
cool.
wish Indian would have did it, because you know what? I give kudos to Harley Davidson,
Yeah.
because she is every bit as genuine and awesome as a person as you can find.
Oh, absolutely.
And she, I haven't rode with her, right? So I'm gonna assume she's a good rider, decent rider.
yeah.
But even if she's a shitty rider, that girl rides.
Oh yeah.
I mean, she puts them down.
Oh yeah.
And if you haven't seen, she did a Salsor 1000 around Superior. To watch that in a person on a sporty, and to watch it and what the fatiguing factor can be. And she's solo, which is a whole nother thing.
Yeah. Yeah.
And so I'm really happy that somebody stepped up.
Mhm.
I actually offered her my Challenger.
Yeah.
In all actuality, and I was 100%.
Oh, yeah.
I told her, I said, well, I'll put new tires on it. I'll have some of my dealership friends help me with with services or whatever we got to do. We'll make it work.
Yep.
Because I wanted her on something that was going to be great. And you know what? Now that I've rode the Pan America, I think she's going to kill it.
Oh, she's going to enjoy the hell
And
out
that
of it.
bike is awesome. There's only a couple of things about it, but that bike's awesome. She already has came out and said the one, because she did a Salsour 1000 already on.
Yeah.
She rode out to Babe's Ride Out, something like that.
Okay, Babe's Night Out.
Ride Out. I think it's in the East Coast, New York or something. And they asked her, what do you think? You did your Salsour 1000. She said, oh, I kind of could use some foot pegs.
Right.
Or highway pegs.
Highway pegs. Get your legs stretched out a little bit. Yeah.
But I'm thinking, girl, if you're going down the road, you could just let your legs dangle. You ain't touching the ground.
Right. Also true.
She's not that tall. I have been fortunate enough to meet her in person multiple times and have like sit down conversations. We went to flat track racing together.
Excellent.
Her family and my family. And so she's just a really genuine person. So that's, Gabe, what I think. I think that I wish Indian would have done it. I'm happy Harley did it, and they made an absolute bomb choice to do something like that.
Well, in talking to her on the show, at the time, she was still, really solidifying her plan. She hadn't gotten the bike dialed in. But what I picked up from her was that she was committed to doing this, even if it meant pulling the Sporty out of the garage.
Mm-hmm.
She was going to make this work. And it's not just about riding. It's about her challenging herself over and over again and finding that next challenge and just happening to put those challenges in motorcycling. I like doing this, so I'm going to go do it with people I dig. And she's got an ability that is just, to be able to envision it, put it together, do it, commit to it. That's huge.
Yeah.
That's freaking huge.
Dude, I can't even commit to what I'm going to do on July 5th, 6th when I leave Minnesota. I don't know which way I'm going. I don't know where I'm going. I don't know where I'm stopping for gas.
Not even a clue, huh? Oh,
I mean,
right.
I have like, I have a couple ideas. I want to go to Indian Motorcycle Charlotte.
Okay.
Right. We have some talks with those guys.
Yep.
There's a place in Connecticut that have offered to show me some of their like custom stuff and like turbo choppers, and they're like, would you ride? They asked me, would you ride a 200 horsepower turbo chopper suicide shift where you like shift with your hand or whatever, clutch with your foot and you shift with your hand?
Yeah.
I looked at him. Well, I didn't look at him. I texted him. I emailed him. Capital yes.
I would.
As long
if you're going to give the opportunity, I'm going to do it.
Just fucking point me down the road. I'll figure it out. Just don't ask me to turn around on those bad boys.
I don't know.
So I'm hoping to go out there.
Okay, good.
And I haven't quite decided how I'm going to go to the West Coast. If you guys don't know, my brother is in the Marine Corps.
Okay.
He's in boot camp right now.
Right.
So he's supposed to be graduating around the 17th. The thing is, you don't know.
You could fart wrong and they would hold you up.
Yeah. And so you don't know. And he can only have two. As of right now, you can only have two guests. And he asked me to be one of them.
Okay.
So you damn well know I'm gonna be there.
Right.
Now, if I go east and I spend some time on the East Coast and I meet up with guys like Anonymous Biker USA and all these people, there's a dealership I've gotten multiple people say you should stop at it in Frankenberg or Fredberg or something.
Okay.
Anyway, I wrote a note about it, so I want to go there and do a little meet and greet or something.
Mm-hmm.
And then my thought is that if push comes to shove, I'll find a dealership or a person that'll leave my bike in a garage.
Yeah.
And I'll just fly out to California for 2 days.
Come on back, grab your bike up and go. Yeah, that's fine.
If I'm so busy. But if I'm not, right, or some things are working out or not working out, and I just ride out west, I'll do that too.
That's not a bad choice.
So, and I mean, I like to put them out. I don't really mind it. Right. It's going to be different this year though, not having Big Gabe by my side.
I can imagine. Yeah.
I know Big Gabe didn't really want to do it because you didn't bring your headset. Big Gabe just fucking bounced out.
He's like, I'm done.
He's like, a month again? Nah.
I'm good.
Nah.
Yeah, thanks anyway. Hell of an offer.
I got that talking problem.
Yeah. The other part is I got a new job, so
that's true. Yeah.
Congratulations.
You're still driving a truck. You're just doing it for somebody else.
Yeah.
Oh, that's awesome. Good.
I mean, I'm a little. It bums me out only because like we can't be like work events, or whatever.
Right.
But whatever. Yeah. And then I used to pressure him to call in because he'd been there for long enough that it's like, you know what? It's a 60-degree day.
You're
bro.
sick, aren't you? You
yeah,
feel that
we-
fever is horrible.
We need to ride. We're going to Sturgis.
How long have you had that cold?
I'm about to develop it in 20 minutes. And when I call in.
Well, okay, so let me continue. I go from okay, so I leave Oklahoma and I'll be there the 18th, 19th, doing all the behind the scenes stuff. We leave there, we go right back into the Black Hills.
Rendezvous.
Black Hills Bike Week Rendezvous.
Right.
Brand new. Are you guys familiar with this? Terry Cadet's got a big Facebook page all set up online. And really it's amazing because you would think with the Sturgis Rally and the travelers that are up there pretty much all summer long, on and off, that you would think that the local people that do those things would pretty much want to focus their attention there, Well, Terry started reaching out through the IMRG chapter and through Indian Motorcycle Sturgis and connections he has up there, and just kind of reaching out across the motorcycle community up there. Everybody, pretty much everyone he's spoken to said, yeah, we want to be part of that.
Wow.
Now that's pretty cool because you got Sicky's Bike Nights that they're doing now with the IMRG chapter, but they're going to add that on.
Mhm.
Okay. The Buffalo Chip's involved. Well, the Chamber of Commerce was involved.
Yeah.
And
Indian Motorcycle Sturgis. Is
oh,
involved.
absolutely. Yeah. So
Ride Like a Pro got involved.
Yep.
Yeah, I mean, it's
All those things stepped up all at once, and everybody has kind of become a part of it up there. And it's really specifically, it's an Indian-centric event. Obviously, no one's going to get turned away, but it's another opportunity for Indian owners to get together in a less formal setting, have a good time, do a few special things, and ride that area, which I haven't done. Again, last year when I went up there, I barely got to ride. I was working the whole time.
Yeah, you didn't ride it almost like at all. I don't
Almost,
think.
yeah, almost not at all.
I think that that one time you asked me to ride to go get you dinner.
Right. Yeah. I was stranded there at the dealership. And speaking of which, when we are up at Sturgis this year, we will have the live stage done up, and we will be doing scheduled events when we're there at Sturgis. So you'll have an advanced schedule of when we're going to have certain guests on, when we're going to do Q&As, when we're going to do other stuff, so that you can literally tune in on time. Okay, well, those will all be set up and scheduled to the best of our ability. Obviously, flexibility is important. But Black Hills Bike Week, from there, then we've got that little bit of a lag time when we're right out to California for King of the Baggers, Laguna Seca.
I want to point out, though, it's not called Indian Rendezvous.
No, it's Black Hills Bike Week Rendezvous.
They want everybody to go.
Oh, absolutely.
If you were at anything you ride, they have said many
bring your
times,
Vespa.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Maybe the people that started it ride Indians, but they don't care.
No, see, and this is what's kind of unique about Terry. And if you ever get a chance to really talk to him, first, he likes to do these organizational things, and he's been involved in a number of them in Arizona, Colorado, all over the place. He knows how to do this.
Yeah, he used to do the one in
Durango Rendezvous.
Durango
Yeah.
Rendezvous. Yeah.
So you got a guy who's not only passionate about the brand, loves to ride and all that kind of thing, but has had enough experience over many, many years to know how to put one of these things together so that it is easy for the riders, it's accessible, and it's not over the top. It's a good time without it being too much.
Right.
Okay. Which is something that really I'm learning appeals more and more and more to the Indian crowd. We want something that maybe caters to us a little bit because we realize the orange and black has had the spotlight for a long, long time.
Yeah, Gabe, back off.
Yeah, step out. And so all I'm saying is that I think it's a different feel than what maybe we had been accustomed to in the past. You know what I mean? And then you go a little smaller tier, and you got something like Thundering Indians and the Smokies.
Absolutely.
So they walk up that way. And again, Terry is so skilled at knowing how to dovetail all the pieces together. It looks seamless and easy when he does it.
Yeah.
Oh,
I could imagine the sleepless nights though.
Oh Lord. Yeah. Having to cancel Durango 2 years in a row after his own personal investment in it, all the promotion for it. He was literally kind of heartbroken when he moved up to South Dakota because he was still going to do Durango. He was still going to organize and operate from up there. Yeah. And it was very disappointing. And to have it happen the second time, wow. And so he couldn't wait. Hey, I still want to do this, and it's something I really want to make happen.
Right.
And perfect. It just all fit together. And then King of the Baggers.
Oh,
Yeah, Laguna Seca, bro.
I'm so pumped for King of the Baggers.
Yeah. It's going to be a lot of fun. again, Laguna is a track I have not been to since God early '80s. Okay, and at the time, um, again, you're younger. You know, things don't quite resonate with you quite as much. They don't. You know.
It's different.
Yeah.
Yeah,
Yeah.
just your perception of
Yeah.
life is just so much different.
So to go back now, all this time later, to see something that I think is probably one of the new preeminent race programs out there. I mean, between the Bagger Racing League and what these guys are doing with King of the Baggers and Mission Foods and those guys that are involved, it's created a new audience for motorcycle racing. It's brought a greater, deeper interest in the bikes that are involved in it, and I think that the excitement around it has really done something for motorcycling in general, because it's been a long, long time, with the exception maybe of hooligan racing,
Yeah.
where
Which is popping off.
which is popping off again,
Yeah.
but where we saw motorcycles racing that were not that far removed from what we had in the garage.
Absolutely.
You know what I mean?
Yeah, I mean, you can get almost all the motors.
Yeah.
Yeah. I'll tell you, so Bagger Racing League, that's a whole thing. It's not even just, they're doing drift competitions.
Yep.
They're doing all kinds of things. Have you ever seen a rundown of the bikes that are going to be in there? And I've reached out to them. I have reached out to them, and I've asked them, one, I wanted a guest to put on the show.
Yep.
Or just an email of the list of registered bikes.
Yeah. There's, what is there, 4 classes, 5 classes?
Yeah.
Like that?
Yeah. Because they have like even beginner or amateur type or
street. Hooligan class. And
Yeah.
Okay. Well, I would suspect then that the point is to make it accessible enough. Think of it like, and I'm not taking anything away from it. I'm not trying to minimize when I say this, but think of it like the NASCAR Truck Series.
Okay.
Okay. From there, you might wind up at the Daytona 500 in a Penske car or a Roush car or something. Maybe it's kind of the same way, is that some of these guys who maybe have the ability, the skill, and the talent can cut their teeth a little bit, get some track time, get some racing experience in the Bagger Racing League, with maybe the intent of being able to move up the ladder. Because who knows, if there's just these 2, there might be others that'll fill that gap in between.
Yeah.
So anyway, I think that's going to be huge for motorcycling, and I think it's going to be a lot of fun to be able to be there and see it. And then after that, we're kind of wide open a little bit after that. I've been Sturgis, of course.
Yeah, we got that couple weeks where you and I are trying to get together and come to you guys.
Yes.
We haven't quite really discussed too much. We have the problem is
we're going to be in
have
opposite parts of the world.
Yeah, and we have a few opportunities that we have put out there, and we haven't got answers back yet about, and that would require us with a location, and are we RVing? Are we taking our own bikes?
Right.
And there's stuff to that too that we just haven't quite decided yet. By the way, I got to check out the fish net up there.
The fishbowl. You like it?
Fishbowl. Well, speaking of fishbowl, I did my first fishbowl.
Which was awesome, by the way. Okay. So here's a little behind the scenes thing. As After Hours was getting to be a kind of a challenge for me to be involved in, Fish was talking about maybe taking a little different direction and maybe doing something that along the same lines, but talking, specifically about things that were mattering to him. And I said, well, do it, man, if you got something working for you. And he had this idea for motorcycle talk. When he talked about it the first time, I was like, yeah, that sounds really cool. I couldn't quite see it in my head. You know what I mean? I couldn't put all the pieces together.
Yeah.
And then you whip out this newscast type thing. It's like, okay, now you don't need me.
No.
Go do your thing.
No. So hang on, let me clarify.
Go do your thing.
I do need you. It's fun.
Right.
I thought it would be a fun concept where I can talk or reference things
right
with like a teaser in it, not a teaser per se, but like some kind of, and then just let the world know, what am I working on? What am I doing? But it always can't be in a setting where I'm live.
Right. Yeah. I understand that.
And I have really good guests lined up for After Hours. If you're there or not, there's a couple guys we're just waiting for the timing to be right.
Okay.
So After Hours hasn't gone away. We're here, right?
Yeah.
So today is one.
Yep.
And then, which by the way, it's so much different not having the screen in front of us. Like, I know you guys are probably like, "Hey, Fish, get off your phone, quit playing."
Yeah, it is.
Whatever. But I'm actually just trying to like keep up on some of these comments, and you know, and I'm going to apologize. There's a few comments in here that I didn't get out or talk about yet, or maybe I won't. And
All right. Well, what do you got?
If I don't, I apologize. So,
anyway, if you haven't seen the video, go back to you're right here at the Riding Fish channel. Go find it, for crying out loud. Just click back a couple of ways. But the premise is I like, because you've done a little video element. You talked about some of the things you were doing, and then you kind of went back and recapped, face-to-face, one-on-one, which I think sometimes with some of the vloggers who are doing review type videos, it gets lost.
Oh,
you know what I mean? The actual what do I think and what do I feel and what do I like?
Yeah,
gets lost in the excitement of doing the video.
Yeah. So there's the Fishbowl, where I kind of talk about the things that's happening around the industry.
Yep.
Right. In the newscast. And then there was the segment where what made me start my first attempt at kind of a fishbowl.
Yeah.
Where I was reviewing or finishing up the review of the Stage 2 Chief.
Yeah.
So it's two separate videos. But yeah, that was kind of the introduction. Thank you. Introduction.
Okay.
Of my concept. And then my first video of Fishbowl.
Yep.
You know, and I wanted to be entertaining a little bit, and I was a little passionate because, you know, the riders that went down during the Iron Butt Tour.
Yeah.
And so I wanted to bring that up a little bit, and
right.
So I had some passion, and I had some interests, and I wanted to talk a little bit about, you know, everybody's been asking about Lloyd's mufflers, so I wanted to bring that up, and so I had a few different things that I wanted to talk about, but I didn't think I could go live, bring it all up, keep it interesting, and then not be able to maybe reference things or show a couple of things. So that's why I went with that route, but I believe I can make it better.
Okay.
I think I can go, I don't want to say next level, but I've had ideas that I can make it a little bit more entertaining.
Sure.
I don't know if it's not going to be a weekly thing, I can tell you.
Well,
you know, or maybe not even a monthly thing.
Yeah.
But it could get hot where I'll do two in a row or something.
Yeah. It's you know, you're going after what an element that I kind of left behind on the wayside as the show developed, as Indian Rider Radio developed, because I wanted to have that news element in it. And the unfortunate part is that when you're trying to create this show and I do these interviews, I'm really more or less at the mercy of the interviewee's schedule.
Yeah.
Okay. So often I might get the show fully recorded and produced by Wednesday, or it might be Thursday night at 11 o'clock, you know?
Yeah.
And so then I didn't know what was current. Was it going to be current? Has it already been overkill by the time I got to it on Friday?
Absolutely.
You know, so I had to kind of walk around that pretty carefully. The difference is with video, though, I think that you can do that, put it out there as things are happening. You know, that's what I'm struggling with now, is trying to get the kind of video content I want. And I love doing the lives. I love doing the RV side chats. People really appreciate them, and I'm very happy that you guys like that. I thank you so much. But
yeah, Paul makes a comment. He says content is not easy. It's not an easy thing. Ewan says that he liked the fishbowl, but he thinks it's great seeing us side by side. Which, by the way, I agree.
Right? It's been a while.
Yeah, it was pretty cool. Calvin says that Eagle Rock Indian rents bikes now.
So do they? Excellent.
That's good to know.
That is good to know. That's very good to know.
Yeah, Dad with a bike says that he struggles with content as a wannabe vlogger.
You're not a wannabe, dude. I've seen some of your work. You're not a wannabe. Just keep doing what you're doing.
It's hard sometimes.
But the challenge with content is simple. Is that what really excites me, or the things or how I want to present something, isn't necessarily the way most people would want to see it.
Mm-hmm.
The people that do like it that way love it that way. They really enjoy it. But it's hard for me sometimes when I'm wanting to be that audio storyteller, and then trying to turn it into a video setup. You know what I'm saying?
Well, and that was so a little bit more about the Fishbowl Motorcycle Talk thing is you and I discussed doing that as me doing a segment or even a show for you.
Right. Yeah.
And that hasn't maybe 100% went away.
Oh, no.
But I was having the opposite.
Yeah.
I was saying, how is my voice going to be freaking good enough
Yeah.
for however long. Like if I did a whole, could you guys imagine if I did a podcast? Big Gabe, bro, you'd have billed, right? 6 minutes in. Hey, I know you love me, but about 6 minutes, 32 seconds, you're out. I already know.
No. Here's the thing. In an hour, 45 minutes, whatever he did, you'd cover at least that many topics, 45 to 60, and you'd hear them at rapid fire. So
I just think I need the visual for me.
Yeah.
And so my challenge when you and I discussed it, first of all, we kind of came to the same thing. You are getting bombarded with a few issues with internet content. When is it coming?
Yep.
So then if I was going to create a segment, either one, if I did my own show, that's different. I can just send you my show and we can drop it, or I can upload it, or however.
Yep.
But then I didn't have the confidence in being able to put out a podcast product where I've never done.
Okay.
Where my voice, it can carry the whole thing.
Yeah.
So I said, okay, I think I could do a video news segment, and I can, have my face, hopefully do some jokes, or not that I'm trying to be funny or whatever. I'm not trying to be funny or whatever, but I can then lean on something that's interesting, visually can keep you there. Either it's, talk about ducks getting ran over, or,
whatever it may
Pan
be,
Americans or whatever. So I think that was our biggest thing. Now that doesn't mean I don't eventually show up and do. I mean, I got my first interview.
All right.
I interviewed Kevin on your most recent podcast.
Yes, you did. Kevin Tatum, congratulations, dude. Well done, man. First bike's an Indian Challenger. And he, I guess he's a heck of a rider already, but he is one of our Brave Wolf Customs and Indian Rider Radio full ride scholarship winners. Ta-da-ta-da. Yeah. And he is going to pick up a couple $100 to go take an intermediate rider's course or an advanced class or whatever he wants to do on us. It's cool. If you know somebody who could benefit from it, nominate them. Just go email me. And yeah, that was a great thing. While you're talking about that, let me dovetail. Keith Ray did another segment for me in the last show too. He was at the Tennessee Motorcycle and Music Revival.
Yes.
And now, if you go to an event and you're doing something like this and you shoot video, or you want to narrate a story, or you want to tell me about the event, or you'd like to come on and just talk about it, you're welcome to do that as well. But what I'm really looking for is somebody who, anybody, if you go to something and you want to give me 60 seconds on it, give me 90 seconds on it, tell me what it's all about. If you send it as an MP4 or an MP3, I'll put it in the show.
Yeah.
Now, if you suck, if it's really terrible and you say a lot, I won't use it. I'll have to edit the hell out of it, and then you'll hate me for that too. So, and speaking of which, again, going back to the content theme in general, okay, I when I do shows that are people focused, where I'm meeting new writers and so on, and like I had Tanya Jensen on and Jackie Gardner and a variety of people. Some people love those. Oh man, I love meeting new people, and the writers you talk to are so great. Other ones like, click. What, you're not talking to somebody from India this week? No, not every week. Sorry.
I actually thought Jackie was real interesting.
A lot of,
how old was she ish? Probably not a day over 21, but
not a day over 21.
Yeah.
I don't know. Jackie's probably in her 40s. I don't know.
Okay, yeah.
Maybe.
I thought it was super interesting because you said she actually is in Babes Ride Out.
Yeah.
She went solo.
Yep.
That's pretty cool.
Yeah,
I
she came all the way down to Pigeon Forge.
I think there's something about it. So I did a video on my aunt, which you got to meet.
Oh, yeah.
And that girl can ride. She did a ride a few years back. I think it doesn't matter, 2012.
Yeah.
She went from Minnesota to New Orleans to San Diego.
Wow.
Solo. on a Sportster.
That a girl. I like her.
I mean,
yeah.
And she rides like a bat out of hell. So I can only imagine. But yeah, I thought it just made me think. You don't hear a lot about people doing that.
Exactly.
So when you do get the opportunity to interview a person that rides like Jackie did,
oh yeah,
you should interview her.
Well, that's kind of my thought. Is that the Indian motorcycle experience is made up of so many interesting people from all walks of life, and I had Tanya Jensen. Tanya was born and raised in Germany.
Oh yeah, that's
and
right.
then thrown into America in 1988 of all places.
Oh yeah, she
Would you
walks
like to
into
get?
the oven.
Yeah,
of
would you like to
Phoenix.
get dropped into America in 1988 from German culture? But
Well, there was nothing. There was nothing
Right.
much happening in Phoenix.
no,
I
no,
mean,
no,
jeez.
no. It was hot, and she was there, and like, why am I here? But here she is now, all this time later, and she's just an incredible writer and a wonderfully intelligent, smart, engaging person to talk to. And so, I want you to meet people around the around our bikes. And I know a lot of you guys tell me, the history stuff, knock it off. I've had enough. That's not motorcycle stuff. Tough. I dig it. And these are
Mhm.
places that are great motorcycle destinations. Okay. You don't like the Dodge City Boot Hill Museum. Sorry. I'm not Yelp. I don't give a shit. Okay. And I don't mean that in the negative way. I've chosen to talk about that because it intrigues me. And I think some of you find it interesting. If you don't, okay, I understand, but you don't have to blow up my inbox and tell me.
Well, one thing about content is that you can't always do what you think they want,
Right.
because then you burn out,
Oh, absolutely.
right?
Yeah.
So just because I want to hear from some guy at Indian Motorcycle every week about what the next new motorcycle is,
Right.
and as much as I do want to know that, you'll get bored and real fast,
Oh,
right?
it won't take but a minute. Yeah.
And so and I chat and I run into that sometimes with YouTube.
Yeah.
There's times where I do a video and I know nobody's going to watch it.
It was done for you.
Yeah. And I was like, but I relived it to
Yeah.
do that video,
Right.
and it was fun for me.
Yep.
Now, do I think maybe more people should watch it and they would actually start to like it? But it's not their niche. They
Right.
they
It's
don't
not their
care to
thing.
watch that. And so, but it's hard because if you don't do the fun stuff and you only do the stuff that you think or know that people want to see,
Yeah.
it makes the job of this that we don't get paid
Right.
for
Right. Yeah.
really difficult to continue.
And let me clarify that too. Now being out doing what I'm doing, I'm basically mobily homeless. I'm driving around in an RV. But guys, part of the reason I'm doing this is because I don't have a house to go to yet. It's getting built. Okay.
Yeah.
The other part of is because I really wanted to.
Yeah.
Okay. It's not just some big grandiose vacation. I really wanted to take people out and see places and meet people and do those things because I can always reach out to Indian. Okay. I can always reach out to the aftermarket. There's always things to talk about in that venue. But talking to someone on the back of my RV after they had just gotten done riding all day in the Smoky Mountains and all your friends are standing around and listening in and part of that experience, it was really something. Okay.
Well, even today, we're at Bison and one of the guys comes and we're all hanging out and talking. And finally we're like, hey man, we don't have to be done talking, but we got to go eat. So
Right.
you can come with us.
Right. Come on.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So
Yeah.
we're, you're kind of like me when it comes to meeting people,
Mhm.
and it's all good. Yeah. You come start talking to us. We might need to cut it short, but you might come to lunch with us.
Yeah. Yeah.
You know?
I mean, it could happen. Yeah.
It's like you start here, over
Right.
there.
And you might wind up on my couch at that night. Who knows? I mean, but what I'm getting at is that I came out here because for me, this is something I always wanted to do.
Yeah.
I always wanted to go around and go to these events, meet new people, and have an excuse to talk to them, not just walk up and say hi. And I believe and I hope that as the show develops, my storytelling skills and my interviewing skills are improving enough that people walk away going, hey, that must have been fun. Or, boy, I would have liked to met them. Or I hope I run into them at a rally someplace. Or, boy, wouldn't it be fun to do that?
Mhm.
Okay. I can tell you it's a lot of work. And no, we do not get paid. And I have now been asked that question a lot lately. Well, you're out in a big RV and running around all that.
Well, big shout out to Two Wheels Down
Yeah.
and Outlaw.
Yeah. A little gas money goes a long way.
Yeah, absolutely.
Amen,
So,
bro.
yeah, and it's not easy. What you're doing is incredible, I mean,
It's a lot of work.
oh yeah, well, I can only imagine trying to do all that, hang out with everybody, and then when do you find time to edit? You're gonna edit Tuesday, like Wednesday, Thursday this week.
It's pretty much when when I know that I don't have to interrupt the back of the when I can set the studio up completely.
Yeah.
And sometimes I can do that really easy, and sometimes not so much. When it's pouring rain, the last thing I want to do is roll the bike out.
Yeah.
And yet I've done it because I had to produce content,
Yeah,
right?
absolutely.
And so what I did do is I have compacted my whole setup even more so that if I am in a place where I can't do all that, I can kind of cobble something together on my laptop,
Mhm.
which would not be my venue of choice, but I can do it. And so hopefully, even if I have to go live on Buzzsprout, the broadcast platform I use for my podcast, I can do that if I absolutely positively have to.
So you could do a live.
I can do pretty much. Yeah, it's there's a delay obviously in the time it takes for it to process and go out, but I could pretty much spew what I wanted to do, and then it would be right up and ready to go.
Oh, that's pretty
Yeah,
cool.
yeah.
That's interesting.
Yeah, it's not full.
Well, you said it would
live.
be so it'd be ready for you to drop it.
It would
but
actually. I could record right to it.
Okay.
Yeah, I don't have to make all.
But I'm not listening in with like a 10-second delay.
Yeah, because I think it takes a little while. By the time I run my mouth for that whole thing and do whatever I'm going to do, it takes time to process it and then make it ready.
Okay.
So yeah, you would hear me.
So it's a live record, but it's not exactly a live
shot.
Okay,
Yeah,
I gotcha. I gotcha.
Yeah.
I was just thinking, I was like, oh, man, that might be kind of interesting.
Might be.
Podcast live. But
Well, speaking of kind of interesting, we got to kind of wrap it up here because quiet hours are starting here at the RV park. What time you got?
11:15.
Yeah, we're in trouble.
Yeah, we've been on for about an hour and 40 minutes.
How
Oh,
many?
An hour and 40 minutes.
140.
Yes.
Okay. Well, and we've covered so many important topics.
What did we talk about?
Nothing.
Everything.
Everything. How many people are still hanging with us? 3, 4,
15.
15? Oh,
We had up to about 30 at one point.
excellent. Well, glad you're here. Okay. So update them real quick on what you know you got coming out. Do you have any videos dropping right away?
What have I been doing the last 2 days?
Oh, that's
I've
true.
been writing,
Writing,
doing nothing,
mucking around.
being lazy.
Screwing around with me. Okay.
Well, I did say, we're talking about writing.
Right.
Talk about writing tomorrow, which is
Yeah.
listen. I normally edit Fridays.
Yep.
I was not editing. I was hanging out.
There you go.
Normally Saturdays is kind of an iffy. That's not always a strong day for me to edit.
Yeah.
And then Sundays and Mondays I start to really get at it.
Yeah.
But you and I have talked about a little bit of editing stuff tomorrow, so
Mhm.
I might start it. And once I start the groove, you're not going to get me out of my studio.
Yeah.
But you got to see and today
Yeah,
a little bit
good setup. Nice setup. And
getting better.
but you have the right stuff. You got all the right things. All you got to do is just kind of get it all to gel
Yeah.
because you got all the stuff there.
Yeah,
It's going to be
we're
perfect. Yeah.
working on it. I'm enjoying. You know what? It's a fun environment now when I go there.
Yeah.
I get in there and I can get sucked in, which is good because it helps me bust out these videos.
Right.
Because I mean, even like if I do, so we rode to Pan America, Gabe and I did. It's gonna take me 6 hours probably to edit that.
Yeah.
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 I mean, at least, and that's only because I've already pre-watched most of the footage.
Right. And that's part of what challenges me is that I'm in trying to create the podcast. If I've got video content for other things, then I have to stop one, get all that all done, then go back and kind of change gears completely. So that's why a lot of the video stuff that you've seen from me for the longest time were short little vignettes,
Yeah.
and because I could pull one of those together real quickly with information. And let me go back to the information point really quickly. An old friend of mine, guy that I went to high school with, and he rides a Harley. He'll be at the
Hey, my best friend rides a Harley.
he'll be at the Republic of Texas motorcycle rally, the big one that they have down there, and it's huge. I mean, it's hundreds of thousands of people. So he's going to give me an update from there. There'll be an audio piece, maybe some video that goes with that as well. And if you'd like to do the same, I mean, if you're going to an event and you want to shoot me a video or whatever, we'd love to have you. Just send me an email. Let me know where you want to go. And by all means, you're happy to share your stuff on here. If I don't use it for some reason, I will tell you and I will let you know. Okay. Otherwise, if you got it, send it. You're happy to do that. Again, my immediate schedule, hang out here through the 11th, the next Friday. Kind of recharge, get some product out for you. Of which I've got 2 or 3 interviews that I think you're going to enjoy. I think I got some folks that you're going to dig talking to or getting to meet. One of them has to do with a charity for veteran families that provides education for children whose their mom or dad has given their all, right?
Yeah.
And so they help with educational costs, colleges, vocational schools, all that kind of thing. Going to talk to them. Very interesting story how this all came together. These are people that have been to the military academies that are smart and had careers in the military, and originally started with them just helping other families that they knew, people that maybe even were under their command.
Right.
Okay. And then it just grew from there. And I know that they've got a program that they think will be very advantageous for dealers or IMRG groups who are looking for a charity support.
No. Okay.
Okay. They're very motorcycle centric. They're really cool people. At first, they kind of surprised me because they reached out to Indian and to me and went, "Hey, what about us? Have you heard about us?"
Yeah.
Which was kind of flattering.
Yeah.
That was kind of cool. We're also going to go back and talk with hopefully Tyler O'Hara in between racing schedules. We're working on that. I hope to have the chance to talk this coming Tuesday to Chelsea Hennon. And if you don't know Chelsea is the person at Indian, part of the product and customer team that heads up IMRG.
Oh.
So Chelsea and I have had this long email relationship. Now I'm going to finally get to meet her face and hopefully, get to say hi and shoot a little video and talk to her then. And hopefully then we're going to talk to some more dealerships and do some other stuff along those lines. So I hope the next few weeks you'll get some exciting stuff. I hope it'll be fun.
Paul, I sent out a quick thank you. So anybody not reading the comments, thank you guys for watching today. We appreciate it.
Oh, absolutely.
It was nice. Well, Paul followed that up, and I asked anything real quick, real quick. And
Okay.
Paul follows that up with, when's the next live stream? It could be tomorrow.
Yeah, right. We might show up tomorrow because
now we went through it.
Yeah.
So if we ride a little, edit, maybe we pull something out tomorrow.
Could be.
But if it ain't tomorrow, it's going to be a couple weeks.
Oh, yeah, easily.
I would say so.
Yeah, easily. And again, you might just get an editorial type thing from me for a podcast episode, depending on how that all falls together. But we'll see. There's ample opportunity to talk to people. And I'm probably in that week, about a week out.